Okay. Son diagnosed 2 years ago as ASD. Besides being diagnosed with ADHD at 6 years old, I'm assuming that you do not have an IEP and you just have a 504 plan. Now, a 504 plan is for accommodations, okay? It's an acknowledgement that whatever's going on with your son impacts a major life function. That's great, okay? But that's for accommodations. Some schools will sit there and say, well, we provide behavior plans for 504 kids, and I'm like, okay. But guys, the behavior plan is more for the adults. It's not for the kid, really, okay? The kid has recognized behavioral issues, and we don't accommodate behavior, okay? Because it's sort of like accommodating a math disability. How do you improve unless you can teach around that? Okay, how can anybody improve in any area if we're just simply accommodating it? Now, I understand accommodations, but there are areas, including behavior, where the child can be taught different skills. We as adults, we go through that all the time. We do something stupid and embarrassing. Well, we learned our lesson, didn't we? Hopefully. It's the same philosophy or the same idea. But to simply accommodate that, that's not best practice. It's not what we do. So I'm not necessarily convinced a 504 plan is what your son needs, especially if he continues to get in trouble for it. If he continues to get in trouble for it, then it's impacting his academics, or he's out of the classroom to where he's not receiving instruction. And this becomes a pattern, a cyclical pattern of disciplinary removals, which is also something that shouldn't be going on. So simply creating a behavior plan or accommodating behaviors doesn't help your son, doesn't help your son long term, doesn't help the school system. Now, what do I think he needs? I think that he needs an IEP. Not necessarily for academics, but it looks like the school is ignoring the other areas of educational performance, and also denying him at 17 the ability to then further add transition services into the mix. All right, which you don't get as a 504 student necessarily. So you have an educational performance area of academics, communication, social, emotional development that includes behavior. And if he continues to be getting in trouble and it's a cyclical thing and you're afraid that they're trying to get rid of him, then you got to stand your ground on that one. Now, I think you asked, can I file a complaint with the Texas Education Agency? I mean, yeah. You can, and you can under 504. I mean, but 504 works a little bit differently. You have to file using the complaint procedure for your individual ISD, okay? So you need to look to see what that is, and those are typically listed on the website, what the 504 dispute resolution procedures are. If you're looking at an IEP, then yes, it would be a due process complaint filed with the state. You could go OCR, Office of Civil Rights, but I think that you're sort of in a situation to where you need to fast track this, okay? It sounds like to me that he needs an IEP. His 504 can provide the necessary safety nets to where you can fix it to where it works better, but he needs specialized instruction. He needs replacement skills taught. He needs skill acquisition taught, while the behavior plan is protecting him from the adults. Okay?